Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and this time I'll be playing Titanic Fall of a Legend. So I'm doing this because it's the 110th anniversary, so you know that Titanic sank back in April 1912. So Titanic sank on April 14th and 15th, so at the end of April 14th it actually hit the iceberg, but during like early mornings of April 15th it sank. Here's a nice background of the Titanic sinking, and the bow is just, so the water is just going over the bow. So this is like maybe like about an hour before the final plunge. So there's multiplayer options and just crit. So this is version 1.0. So if you want to play this game, then go ahead, but you have to pay $5.06 just to play this game, and you can get it on Steam. So let's start. New game. Okay. Right. So, daytime exploring and daytime sinking mode. So we are going to explore the ship first before having it to sink. So I think that we're going to explore the ship hours before it hit the iceberg. So sometime during the day on April 14th, 1912. So here's the bridge, but unfortunately unfortunately we can't go inside the ship, so the only part we go into is the bridge and the bridge rings over here on port and starboard. So I've noticed there's a bell above the center, above the window that is in the middle of the bridge. So I could do the I'm a king of the world scene, or I'm flying scene from the James Cameron Titanic movie, even though it didn't happen in real life. But just imagine being on the very front of the bow. During the day, and when you can see the iceberg. You can probably see the iceberg first before the lookouts. So here is this corridor right here. So this is underneath the boat deck. So So, this is like, this is a boat deck. I think at the very top of the grand staircase is A deck, and the deck that we were on underneath boat deck is B deck. So you can only go in certain areas, but wish that the person that made the game could actually let us go into the grand staircase, or even the boiler and engine room. So here is the stern. And here is the docking bridge here. You can see here is the stern. So it's going to take a little bit, but I can walk on water just like, you know who. So, anyways. So, we'll go to the very front of the bow. And I know that the Titanic had a port to list, but it looks like the Titanic don't have a port to, list the port, because the reason why, because in one of the coal bunkers on the starboard side caught fire, but then they managed to put out the fire and move the coal to one of the other coal bunkers. So now you know. I mean, there was a black smudge over this area right here, like it says before the first funnel, and that is just like a smudge on the camera lens or the photo itself, and the fire was actually more back this way. So anyways, since we are done with tour now we can start the sinking. So menu. Okay, it's going to take a little bit. Okay. Okay, the lever is already preset. So now we can start the simulation. I'm going to do this video without any cuts, so I'm going to try to make this a long video. Okay. I apologize if this is a bit dark, because this is how people see on the night of April the 14th, 1912, sometime during sometime during late 11 o'clock p.m. Okay, I can already see the iceberg in front of us. So I can see the iceberg in front of us, so I'm going to go back to the bridge. Unfortunately, we can't go to the crow's nest, so and just in time to see I don't even know the actual name for these, so I just call them telegraphs. Or telemotors, so now it's just set to full astern. Okay. So the ship is going to port, even though it's hard to starboard, so it's like telecommands instead of saying hard to port. So it's hard to port is on starboard, or turning starboard. So you can, I don't know. Okay, we're going to hits in a few seconds, and we're going to run down the deck just to catch up with the Iceberg. The Iceberg looks so smooth and shiny because that's how ice is supposed to look, smooth and shiny. Okay. Now the Iceberg is getting smaller and smaller, like more of the ship moves away from the Iceberg. So now all the watertight doors should be closed, but some of them are reopened, so that way the pumps could be activated, so the pumps can drain the water from each watertight compartment. So the Iceberg caused the damage from. So the Iceberg actually caused the damage from a little bit past, like somewhere around over on this side over here, then stopped, but then stops over at the first funnel, like maybe a little bit past, and it says like past, like over here, and it's just like little cuts that are separated, not like a huge gash going from like almost to the tip, going through to the very front of the bow to the second funnel. Because if that actually happened, then the ship would have probably sank quicker. So okay. The ship is now tilting to port. And the lifeboats should be like going to be launched in like maybe 5 minutes or so. So this is like a 30-minute sinking. I can still see the Iceberg. I think that the engines will start off, actually, I think that the ship actually, I mean the people actually turned the engines back on and went, and then tried to insist move forward for a little bit for like, oh. Okay, the distress rockets have already been launched, so that's the first one. So I think that there might have been 8 of them launched, or I mean, maybe 8. So real time would be 2 hours and a half. Okay. I mean, I like the water detail, so it's in the shading. Makes it look almost completely realistic, but for the vents, make it for there's like a grill piece that prevents you from going inside the vent. I mean, they are just a PNG image or a picture image. Same thing with these vents over here. But these are probably like look more like grates, like floor vents at least. And you can see the top of the grand staircase, so this is the dome housing. I think that there was supposed to be like a circle in the middle that is like, and now so the first lifeboat is being launched. Or is it okay, the first one right here already been launched, so now, and I almost forgot to tell you, here's the compass tower that is like almost directly in the middle of the ship, so you can't see it that clearly. I think that you can see it more better during the day. Ooh, there's a second distress rocket launched. So now we can explore the ship during the night. So this area have been darkened a little bit, but the light still makes it still look the lights make it look brighter or look more bright. So here are these fancy looking windows with pictures on them. Very detailed. So good job to the creator of the game. These are okay. But for me, the game is not laggy. I mean, the game is not laggy. I thought it was going to be laggy, like I thought that it's going to be like laggy because of how big the file was, but actually it's not, because this would have been laggy on my old laptop that I still have next to my desktop. So since I have a desktop, this actually works very well. But since I'm using OBS, there's going to be some lag, because I tried to fix it, but I don't know how to professionally fix it. Okay, third distress rocket have been launched. And here's the stern anchor right here. I know that there are 3 anchors on the bow. I mean, one on top of the bow and two on both sides of the bow, on for both port and starboard. And here's the stern anchor. But now it's detached from. I think that it's like this is. I don't know. But the ship is tilting more to port. So now no one should tell you what to do, like where to go, because and also and also in this game, since you are looking around, you're immortal because this player is a unknown person, but He's just play as yourself, just looking around and not dying, because you can't die in this game because this is supposed to be a simulation. Not every simulation games have some sort of health damage. So okay. The bow is getting closer to going under the Atlantic Ocean, or North Atlantic Ocean, so I'm going to try and get into a lifeboat like a professional would do back in 1912 and stuff. So, okay, I'm going to see if there's any lifeboats going to be launched. I think that the lifeboats at the back are going to be launched soon. All lifeboats on the at the front are all gone, and there are 2 lifeboats above the bridge that are collapsible lifeboats A and B. Okay, this is my chance to get on a lifeboat. And also I could actually just jump off. But at least I can walk on water instead of swimming in water. So I was trying to. Okay, never mind. Let's just get back into the lifeboat. But the hull is very detailed. Okay, another distress rocket has been launched. And also, the bow has just went under, or in the process of going under. So I need to get a good screenshot of this for a nice beautiful scene, but it's also frightening. So rest in peace for all of the passengers that died that tragic night, including the captain, and including the captain himself. So, but at least there was a big chunk of survivors that lived, or a big chunk of the passengers that survived. There's a big chunk that died and also a big chunk that actually lived. So a lot of people lived and died. So the first funnel is going to collapse like a little bit after the bridge goes under. So the crane at the very front, I think that this is the anchor crane, so the anchor crane is going to go under soon, in like a minute or two. And the cargo cranes, the port anchor crane have completely gone under, and the starboard one is going under very soon. So now okay. And now I need to get back on board quickly. Need to get back on board quickly before... I know it's a bit glitchy trying to move around, but... Okay. I'm starting to see the water go through the wall of the port wing. Okay. The water could have actually gone over the windows. Okay. So we're gonna go down with the ship like the captain, almost. So this would be the captain's view. So in the Titanic movie, the captain just walks to the bridge while it's flooding. Since he says it goes in here. So now the bridge is going under. Oh, okay, one of the collapsible lifeboats have been pushed over. Someone needs to flip that over so that way it won't be like this. And the bridge is going to be... Just imagine if the Titanic did the V-brake in this game, then that means that would be a major inaccuracy, but the V-brake, no one knows if it actually truly happens, but who knows? Maybe the Titanic almost did the V-brake, but due to the weight of the bow, it didn't. So now the first funnel is going to collapse soon. Let's just hope the first funnel collapsed like what happened in real life. I played a bit of the game, but not to all the way to here. So probably before the bridge went under. So it was supposed to be like a test run. Okay. funnel is starting to collapse. I think. So now the final plunge is happening. It's already happened. Maybe once the water just goes to the other side of the base of the funnel, it would start collapsing because of the pressure. Like, the water haven't went all the way up to where the water is right now on the inside, like the way it is on the outside. So water from the outside just crushes the bottom, and then the cables holding the funnel just, whoa! Now the first funnel just collapsed. I mean, the cables just disappeared because doing detail cables just breaking, it's a bit difficult. So I mean, the ship is going to break in half soon. I think, I mean, the second funnel is going to collapse, but also with an explosion and sparks. Hopefully don't miss it. Hopefully don't miss it. So now the first funnel is just the second funnel is going to collapse soon. So it's too late to just save the ship now, since okay. So from this lifeboat point of view, it'd be like this, and you can still see the iceberg out in the distance. So I can see both the Titanic, the iceberg, and maybe one lifeboat. I mean, it's just a few of the lifeboats at the same time, including, you can see everything at the same time almost, like about everything. Now the dome casing of the grand staircase is about to go under. So now it says one corner is just going under. And once I think I can hear, I'm going to hear glass breaking from the dome very soon, like here in a couple of minutes. And the ship actually will break in half, like around the area where the compass tower is. So, but the ship actually broke into like 4 sections, so broken part. Okay, unfortunately it didn't do like exploded wire, but and also there's no indication of. Okay, the ship is going to break in half. Whoa. Almost like James Cameron's Titanic. I can see the propellers. Now the final plunge is going to happen. Now Please let me. We need to get on. Please let me. Too late. Now the final plunge have already happened. I can see all 3 propellers. So now wait. And now the Titanic is completely gone underneath the surface of the North Atlantic. So, rest in peace to the passengers that died and the captain and other people that went down with the ship, including the Titanic itself. The iceberg is still, I can still see the iceberg. So now the ship is gone. So now I can just get onto one of the lifeboats. What a sad night. But I mean, I doubt that the Carpathia actually arrived, so I think that it stays like this for way longer. So anyways, well guys, this is the end of today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed the simulation of Titanic sinking in like different viewpoints. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do whatever to try to support me. And we're about at 390 subscribers, so keep it up with subscribing to me. And well, I mean, you don't have to subscribe and comment. So you can just watch my videos if you want to. I mean, well, I'm not forcing you to do anything. So I'm just here to encourage you to subscribe to me. So hopefully you would subscribe. I mean, to all you new subscribers. So, well, without further ado, this is Roger Gamer Troll signing out, and have a nice day, and goodbye for now.